Yeah, we're live. It just goes one, two, three, and then so they're live. All right. Well, what's up? Um, I don't really know how to start this one off, but I'm gonna want to kind of, it's weird. Before, I don't know if it's just like it resets. I don't really understand this like technical difficulty stuff, but like before I go live, I always like mess with the sound for it to sound pretty good, and then I leave it alone when I think it sounds good. But when I go live, it seems like it kind of adjusts itself or like resets itself. Yeah, I don't know. If you guys could comment down below and help me out with this problem. And don't forget to subscribe and like this video. And today, guys, I'm gonna be talking about yesterday I saw the Jeffrey Epstein Netflix documentary. That sh- that thing got me thinking, like just how rich and like powerful like money. It's crazy, man. Like if I had that much money, I wouldn't even know how to spend it. To be honest, I wouldn't even know how to spend it. So that's insane. But let's talk about it. This guy owned like four homes. Four homes. He had a home like in New Mexico, Palm Beach, New York, and like pretty sure he lived in Paris. It's four homes, man. That's crazy. Um, what else, man? It was just I mean, this is like no spoilers because if you already like knew, like you already knew what this guy was already in jail for. Like last year or like 2 years ago, he died, pretty much got murdered. Um, but this documentary, dude, it was like they showed you what they were. It's like they were keeping like all that to just let this documentary out. Like all the information that comes out in this documentary is really crazy, super crazy. When they explain like how they connect like all the victims like to him, they explain like a spider web at one point. Like it, it was like every victim after a while would just like work for him and just bring girls. It's it's crazy. It's crazy because I didn't even I barely found out about Jeffrey Edward Epstein. Like yeah, pretty much when he got locked up. Well, when I watched the documentary, he got locked up like a couple times, like two or like once. But I barely just found out about him like last year or some shit when he died. Um, but dude, that shit is insane. Like some Illuminati, like secret society shit, man. Because like they still like they still got like if you were to watch like the 60 seconds that came out, is it 60 seconds? No, first 60 minutes or some shit like that. Um they I don't know what it is. What was it that he came out? Because I'm like trying to remember what television platform did like an hour like thing on him. I don't know who it was, but And that one, they just pretty much showed you, like, all the people involved and, like and, I'm pretty sure they only show, like, ten victims, but they did say that there was more, like, I remember, but it was just crazy, like, the first, like, 20 minutes, you're just like, "Holy shit." Like, holy shit, and I watched all of them. I watched it all in one day. Um, it was just, it was insane though, like, if this guy owned 4 homes, you obviously know he was, like, everywhere, man, everywhere, like and top that off, imagine different locations. That's insane. Pretty insane, but, like, he was his criminal record, he had, like, 2 counts of, one, saluting, prostitution and, procuring minors for prostitution was his, like, 2nd one. That shit is crazy, man, and these are, like and Imma get to, like, where he was, like, how he became like, that is the most insane shit, and that kinda, like it made me sit down, like, wow, like, okay, like, this is why there's all these, like, qualifications to doing, like, being a teacher, or, like, the shit that he did, like, you had definitely needed some multiple qualifications, which was insane. I still don't even understand, like, most of the stuff, what he was doing. I just understand that he was like, he lied about being a student from some university and, like, got into, like, some marketing firm or some shit like that, and, they found out he was lying and, like, he pretty much, showed them, like, his skills, like, at that point, it was like, alright, like, how the guy said, like, his skills did the talking, so he kinda, like, bought him out, I guess, which was insane, man. That is, like, insane. It's fucking gross too. Um, but yeah, I guess like Vanity Fair, book in 2003 did like some type of report on him and well story on him and I don't really know how to pronounce his partner. She wasn't his wife, so he wasn't married the whole time. I thought that chick that was with that Maxwell chick was with him. I And it's crazy. It turns out she was like she was just rich too. And they just did this shit and it's crazy as fuck. But if you watch the documentary, like before they didn't like talk too much about her because they made like she is like on the run, I believe still. Like pretty much on the run, like she's hiding. But and it's crazy, but I'm pretty sure like they were together though, like boyfriend and girlfriend, definitely. Suppose girlfriend. Um, but when I was watching it, man, I was just like, whoa, like it seemed like real, like that's like I feel like a lot of these billionaires like out here, like not all of them, but like the majority of these like, that are like from like back in the day and they're still around, man, like I feel like they're on satanic some satanic shit, man, because it's just insane. The age range of these victims is just like it's just insane, man. Yeah, like one of the survivors, man, she painted, and I thought that was cool because well, at first I thought it was cool in the beginning, and this is what I hate. Like they when they showed like the victims, they always show them like in a like. I wish they wouldn't show them like in their present in the beginning. Kind of like bring them in like this is who this was the victim, and then boom, show like where they're at now. because they showed her painting some really cool stuff, and and then it went like and then it just like went downhill. I guess Jeffrey Epstein like asked her to like paint her sister naked, and as soon as I like that came out, I was like, what the fuck? Like that dude is insane. Like evil, devil, whatever. Like he is. That's like some villain shit. For real, man. That's some villain shit. And somebody in the documentary said that when they were prosecuting Jeffrey Epstein, they were like, "Oh, we're I forgot what he said, but he said villain." I was just like, "Damn, for real, some villain shit, some villain shit." Um, but yeah, a lot of the paintings she had, I think they were dope. I think they were cool. She was dope. And I just hope like because now the way I think about it, when documentaries come out, is like, okay, like when the report comes out, it's like, oh, all right, like this is gonna have to deal with all the news and all that, and then it fades away for a while, but then Netflix comes back with these like documentaries, and then it sparks up like that attention again, like on them, and it's just like, and that sucks because it's like the situation. Imagine you just go months like forgetting about like dude, and then oh yeah, like this Netflix special comes. It just sucks, man. It sucks. But it was crazy. A lot of the things, man, he promised like these victims. It was just it was crazy, man. Like I don't. I wish they didn't really talk about how rich he was. He's just like was just so rich he can do just anything. So I just I get it. But yeah, he was just so rich he could give you a life. Like it was just insane. It was insane. But yeah, it was it was crazy. Like it was just weird how a lot of people said that he was spooky in a way. And it was just like, and I've been watching so many documentaries, and I feel like when like the truth is really like these little like couple seconds like parts where they're really gonna tell the truth, and then the whole documentary is just for like your entertainment. That's what I feel, and when I watch this, I feel like when this guy came up and spoke about like how spooky he was, and like there was a lot of spooky shit going on. That shit was like word, like because it kind of just seemed like they stepped away from like the documentary, and like like a be advised like tune to these couple seconds. But yeah, it was just weird. Like he had like concrete walls like that had that that texture of like those holes. Eh, some of those holes were camera like lenses. So so that kind of like that was leading to another thing where like there was probably multiple cameras like everywhere, and this is how, like how he blackmailed people. That was just like one of the ways of I guess like how he had dirt on like other powerful people. He definitely had a lot of powerful connects, man. It was crazy. A lot of the people, like in the pictures, dude, they show in there too. They're not like pictures of like they're in like a special events. They're like pictures of like being at like parties, gatherings, um, walking out of his New York mansion. Like it's insane. And it's crazy, man, because all these documentaries that I see when they kind of take it back like 10 years, I always just think like, fuck, like that is insane that like at that time, like I would always question myself, is this shit really happening? Like, is there really like these kind of people out there? And this is why, again, I say like the internet's opened that shit up. It's opened that shit up a lot. All this information being leaked. But the first episode's pretty good. I could say that. The second one, a little boring. I don't know if it. I don't know if it was the set. I think it was the third episode. Well, I don't know what episode. I think it might have been the second one. But whichever episode, when they finally got the warrant to move in on Epstein, and they did it so unexpectedly. Yo, it was insane what that dude had in his house in his Palm Beach. I think it was Palm Beach. Yeah, it was in Palm Beach, Florida. His home in Palm Beach, Florida, dude. It was insane, like a fucking sex cave, like the fucking sex gulag or some shit, you know? Like it was just disgusting. Dude had like different like sections of like the massage room that they always talk about, and I felt like that's all they talked about on the media. But this documentary shows you like the different sections he had. Like he had these weird, like real big spaced out hot steam rooms with the massage and the all these like toy kits, like fucking sex dungeon toys. Like it was insane, man. It didn't look like a sex dungeon. It fucking looked like a fucking like those kind of getaway spots, you know, you go with your girl or some shit. But this was like for like a fucking orgy or some shit. Like it was insane, man. Dude, those fucking cops were in there like, whoa, what the fuck? Like it was insane, man. And and to me, what got me out, there was a guy like all the like the housekeepers over there, like the people that keep the house and the mansion looking like clean. They were all dudes. They were dudes. I mean, I'm pretty sure there were women there, but they were like older dudes. Not older, but like just middle aged men. Um, and the floors were like pink, like rug. Like this is weird. Like I was like, what the fuck, like. So it was just insane, like when I saw that, I was just like, it's crazy. Like he pretty much like, no, of course, none of these like girls were ever gonna leave. He set up the mansion to just fucking look like a uh, like a like a spa or some shit, like sex dungeon spa. It was just insane. When I saw that, I was just like, dude, that's to me. I just kept thinking, like, how the fuck can you be in, like, okay, even when you're not doing like your evil shit, like, how can you just like stand around all that shit? Like, I can't do that. It was just insane, man. The power of money. Um, a lot of the connects he had, you had Bill Clinton, like that was insane to me too, because the Bill Clinton topic, it's it's crazy how they lie hard as fuck. It's crazy. But like in the documentary, like how they show it to you, it's just like they're straight up just lying. I guess like they deny like being really like good friends with Epstein, but you've flown a plane with the guy like 26 times. Like that's pretty it's pretty gross. It's pretty gross. And you try to run for president. That shit is insane. And it's crazy how they like they kind of have like these little couple minutes where they focus on like those connects he had, and like when they focus on like Hillary, and it's just it's weird. Like they kind of like that era, that generation. They're like a group. They're for sure like a secret society, some shit, something like they definitely know something. They definitely know something. They got some type of information. But yeah, man. And there was a lot of creepy shit too, man. I guess there was something in the documentary about a cat's head. Yeah. Yeah, man. It's wild. And then in 1990 in Palm, in 1990, I guess they were like investigating him and shit. And then he got moved down like in 2007 or something. Something like that. Like like you see the year like it's crazy. We're letting him do his shit for a minute. And he knows the president of the United States. And even you could even go online and you see like how he says he goes something that they fell off. Like they never kept in touch. And the thing is to me, like you say you fell off, like obviously something was happening. Something needs to be you got to be on something in case it fell off. It was just weird. It was just weird. Super weird. But I think when they did move the warrant on him, it was actually like October 20th, 2005. Because yeah, I think that is the correct date actually. I don't think it was on 2007. I think it was 2005. October 20th, 2005. Um and when they moved on him, man, that was like some fucking movie, man. That was like a movie, like some Miami Vice shit, man. Um, the parts that the parts that get really crazy is when they talk about I guess like this is where they kind of talk about how rich he was. The money he was like funding like programs like for like quantum computers, like decoding programs, and I feel like these decoding programs are crazy. It's like technology to like solve code that like we like that hasn't been solved for like thousands of years. I'm pretty sure I think that's what he said. But the quantum computer like shit was like crazy, and the scientists he was funding. Man, dude, this dude was straight villain, straight out of a James Bond fucking movie or something. Yeah, straight fucking villain. Was he a CIA asset or was he really just CIA? They made a good point in the documentary when they talk about how he like lied his way to that first big corporate company. I guess he was in. That was like I guess his first like the beginnings of his like doing bad like things and stuff, and they were successful obviously, so he just continued doing fucking bad shit. That was like crazy, man. I was just like, man, that's crazy. Like he was smart and just use that power, man, to just do bad shit. That's insane. But they didn't talk about UFOs, so that kind of upset me. Last night after the documentary, I was watching Well, I'll talk about right now what I watched. Actually, I watched um, I think it was what was it called? What was it called? Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind. I'm not sure if that's what it is. Let me check it out. Let me check it out. Check my Yes, it's Close Encounters of the. Let's see. But I was watching this documentary film, pretty cool, with Dr. Stephen Gary, and it's like he does these remote viewing projects, and he also has a film on Netflix called Unacknowledged. Really good film. Check it out. Um, it's about this conference meeting that took place in 2001. Um, a lot of retired CIA officials, Air Force pilots, comms people, like all these just people that work in, like, in the main sector, like people you just don't don't hear about because they don't exist at one point, but now they're coming out of nowhere. Yeah, this is Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind. So this film is pretty much I this is the second film that I watched from I believe um his name is Stephen Gary. Is it Gary or Gear? Stephen Gear. And super smart guy. He's this doctor, was a doctor, but gave up his field of like medical and all that to just do what he's doing now. And to me, like, it just shows me that, like, going with like your heart and like your passion. This is like he's doing this whole like thing where he's teaching people how to remote view and like get in tune with their inner consciousness to connect into remote view to these like UFOs or these objects like that are floating around in the sky. I I believe in UFOs um because they're pretty much they're things in the sky that we just can't see. So you see something in the sky, you don't know what it is. It's not a plane. It doesn't have like its lights flashing. You don't see any chemtrails, like any of that. It's moving in a weird way, something that you have never seen. Defining gravity and physics and all these like crazy things. It's a UFO. You don't know what it is. Doesn't mean it's an alien or it's at that point, if you were to see something that definitely, if it lands in front of you and it lands in front of you and it gets out, it's extraterrestrial, it then at that point, you don't know what the fuck it is. But in this documentary and film, Close Encounters from the Fifth Kind, it's really good because they show a lot of their encounters, like in these sessions that they have in the dark in the middle of nowhere, and it's really good. It's really cool. And it's a good film to watch right now if you just don't have anything to watch. You can find it on iTunes. YouTube has it, you know, Amazon too, I believe. Um but yeah, that's just something I like to be open minded about on this podcast, that if you just see something in the sky and what are planes and helicopters, or if there's just some maybe a crop duster, flying around, because there's a lot of crop dusters around me, and they fly really low, and they're really loud. um it's a UFO. It's a UFO. But what's my opinion? Like, I don't know what people are like constantly seeing military projects, you know. I do have thoughts that there could be, people that aren't even like funded by the government, and people that are just smart and just know how to build these, like these these anti-gravity propulsion systems that, like, the government can't be the only ones, man. And especially everything that's going on right now, there has to be somebody out there, like, definitely there has to be somebody out there doing something, right now's the time, and especially with everything that's been, this is like opportunity to to transport, like certain items that you normally can't get your hands on. It's that I guarantee you there's some type of like technology right now actively going around because of everything that's going on. And even if it's not human or not, because I believe whenever there's just stuff like this going on, there's definitely something visiting Earth. Yeah, there's definitely something here right now. I don't I hope it's not like threatening, life threatening. I hope it's probably helping us like figure this whole situation out, that this whole crisis that the world is going through. But other than that, I think the government, the Air Force, it's, I believe that at one point they're gonna reach some type of technology, anti-gravity propulsion system that it's gonna be pretty interesting, and I'm excited. I'm for all that. I'm for like all future, like, it's like technology, you know, like pretty much like Elon Musk said, we're pretty much cyborgs already. We have our phones. And there's times that I get frustrated to think that I hate that I can't go nowhere without my phone. Uh, when when the topic of phones just come up, I get pissed because it's just I tune in because I gotta know, or even when my phone breaks, like I broke my phone a couple times, and I just like you get that feeling inside, like you just shut down. So it's just to me, I that feeling, like when you drop your phone and you feel it, that's like a technology, like if like it's infused with us already. It's insane. Drop your phone in the toilet. Pay attention to that feeling. It's insane, and that's happened to me. And but yeah, I just think these are just government, projects. And if there's another, I don't, man, on this podcast, I just want to be open minded and hope that there's another life form out there. But I don't, I've never seen anything like all this footage you see on YouTube and all these websites. It's really good, but you just got to keep an open mind that it could just be somebody with really good props, and they're smart, they're creative. That's all I'm saying. Like all these like famous like sightings, I got a perspective of like how they're grabbing your attention, how you're believing it. Whether if you don't believe it or not, it's just it's obviously open a thought in your mind that like could there be, another life source out there in the world? So that's just my thing. And like CIA projects, man. I think that's another thing. Uh Remote viewing is something I've always been into remote viewing, but at a young age getting in, like, I realized at a young age, everything that I know now, I know it because I've came across it on the internet at such a young age. So it's just like now that I'm older and I understand, you know, how life kind of works, you know, don't do bad shit. But it's just crazy the CIA projects and documentaries that I've came across with remote viewing, and I wish I had some of the names right now, but there's this guy in this Gaia on documentary, and Gaia is a subscription platform that's really cool. They have a lot of documentaries and a lot of topics on a lot of things, man. Deep space is one of my favorite ones on there, and it's pretty cool. But they also have like ancient civilization. They have what is it? The Knights Tempera Templar, and they just got the beginning of life. Um, to dinosaurs, to portals, alien life form, extraterrestrial, UFOs, Roswell. You have it all on there, man. And they also have topics on substances, DMT, you know, and also they got this good thing going on too on like how to build your immune system. So it's a pretty good platform. You should check it out. And I've been wanting to check out all this stuff on the immune system on there. So yeah, check it out, Gaia.com. GAIA. So yeah, but the remote viewing stuff that I've been studying and looking into, it's pretty cool because at such a young age, I used to close my eyes a lot. I used to close my eyes with my lids over my eyes, but move my eyeballs like as if I was still looking forward. And doing that a lot, like I used to just see like these waves, and I don't know what that is. So if you could comment down at the bottom, um, you see like these waves in your eyes, and with me at first, for the first couple seconds, they're just like little spludges, and they start to kind of like spludge and form into like a circle, and then it turns into some portal like. And as I'm doing it right now, it's actually doing it as what I'm saying. Um, I used to do that a lot, and there was times where it got to a point where it looks like I'm going through the portal. And doing that so much, there was times where I started like feeling like this feeling like that you're not in the environment that you are when you open your eyes. Like when you open your eyes, you okay. You feel like, I was having these feelings like I was like I'd left the environment. So I don't know if that's like remote viewing, which I doubt it, but when I watch the documentaries, these people all have specific ways to remote view. So it's pretty interesting. And now I haven't been doing it because I think it's actually bad to like constantly, now that everything was going on. Um I I just lay down and kind of meditate in a way. And I don't sleep. I don't sleep on like because there's times where I meditate and I fall asleep. That doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Might as well call it a nap. Um, but yeah, man, remote viewing is crazy, and I use it a lot sometimes to just think about old locations that I remember as a child. A lot of favorite places. Sometimes sometimes I try to think of it could be like a time travel. I try to go back to moments, moments that I remember, moments that I miss, um, people that I miss, uh, just stuff like that. And I'm not saying it works, but it's just like it's just the thought that like, man, if you could do this, it'd be insane. Like I always think like what happens, like everything, like how would it look? To me, my idea, I just think everything that's around you, every object just starts like morphing, to the area like that you're thinking of in your conscious. Like it just starts morphing into it. You see a person morph out of nowhere, like that's just kind of how I see it. I could be wrong. My thoughts on like portals are, see, if you've watched the Rick and Morty episode, I don't know what episode it is, but it's when Jerry and Rick are they're fighting on a spaceship and they're about to enter a portal. And as they go into the portal, they go through this like psychedelic like trip. And before that, that's just how I always felt like like going through a portal in space would feel like you would like go through a moment of death, of life and death, and now and then, and then and now, like and I just and then you see these dimensions of different meanings, and it's just, once you know all that, I just, you get to the end, boom, you're on the other side. I feel like you go into that other world, like you need to go through that experience to get to the other world. Because if you were to just kind of just pop out, like poof in another dimension, it'd be weird. I think you would be always like, like what the fuck? You'd be like, what's going on? Like where am I? Like what is this? Like like because it's a different dimension. They probably don't pour liquid into cups. They like, who knows? It's just shit like that. That's just the shit I think about. It's just the little shit like that. Like how do it's just stuff like that, like the common things we do. How do they do it in different dimensions? I always question my that. Like do they sleep on beds like me? No, they probably don't sleep. um But yeah, that's just like how I see entering a portal is you kind of go through this psychedelic state of mind, and you see the meaning of life. And when I did DMT, it was just like pretty much love and life, like to constantly just life. Which is weird, just love life. Just loving life. Loving life. Love life. You love life. But yeah, man. And with everything going on, I guess here for the last couple of minutes, what I want to talk about is what's going on. What I think is going on here is it's it's oh my god, you could actually hear now, like I'm in my own room. It's actually it's really sad because and you don't want to see like those communities like go through that. Like they already like before this, I'm pretty sure like a lot of those communities were hurting already. Now they just destroyed it. So it's just like, and the way the economy's going, they're not gonna reopen for a while. But what that cop did, and all the new information that's going around, like I'm not really, I haven't been keeping up with this, so yeah, I don't know anything, but I do know that that is not like human being like. You do not do that. Yeah, that's not civilized. That is not what we want cops doing. has like abuse of power, and it's disgusting to see, and it's really sad. And like for real, my heart goes out to that dude, man. Wish he was still alive. But now after what's going on, and you see people posting on social media like the riots, to me, I think if you post that stuff, you're kind of just like you're traveling the message, and that message gets traveled into this worldwide web, a web, like a spider web, like it goes everywhere. It's gonna come across somebody that's probably like, man, like I'm just bored, and oh, everybody's meeting up. Oh, oh, they're okay. Oh, they're trashing. That might it's not a might. It happened. It will happen. So I just think like I said, if you post like the RIP stuff, yeah, like that's civilized as hell. That doesn't but I'm seeing stuff like if you're white, or if you're not speaking out on this and you're white and you're staying silent, you're racist. And that's like dumb. That's really stupid for you to say, because I think it's a form of being civilized right now to just not give it that energy. Give it that energy, it'll 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 get big, and people will start burning stuff, more stuff. And what's next? You're gonna have the military out there now. The idea that it's supposed to scare you, but that's a mind out there just gonna be like, why? Like, why are they scaring me? And just might do the same thing back. I gotta sneeze. But yeah, it's just sad. And this is like the worst time it could happen. The worst time it could happen. I don't think nobody deserves to go through these moments, and the thing is that gives me the chills is that I constantly am hearing this utopia word just being thrown around. When I first heard about utopia, I that shit scared me. As beautiful as it sounds, it's it's scary as hell, man. It's scary as hell. It doesn't because the idea of utopia is to, I don't know if it'll form, the people that need to be cured, or the way we're seeing it, it's obviously killing those people. And what it's doing to our, communities, our black communities, Latino communities, the Asian communities, all these communities in America that are from around the world, because it's just, and law enforcement. I think that's just what it is law enforcement. But again, man, what, what the shit that they deal with like on the daily, but at the same time, like the new information I'm hearing about with how those two, I guess, like knew each other. Is that true? Uh, That's the thing. Like, it's insane, man. When shit goes down and you just start hearing the just information, you don't even know if it was true or not. It's just insane. So I just hope they recover, like I said, like sooner. I hope their mayor like does and their governor does like their duties, man. Like I don't understand like how like what there's like it's really like that it's showing you like what how much power like we have, and look at how we're using it. You know, where this is we're uncivilized as hell for doing that. If the idea of what we want is for like us, for cops to do what they're supposed to do, which I don't even know if there's a rule book out there what they're supposed to do, I, but if there is, let's put it out there and let's all understand it. Because it pretty much seems like we all don't understand our rights. We all don't understand the capability of our American benefits. We don't. We're raised into boxes, like my man Ye said. This whole box thing is crazy because some people are stuck in a box without anything, without knowledge. So they keep growing in that box. We need to educate like the youth in general. In general, the youth in general, all forms of life. We gotta acknowledge that that responsibility. And the thing is that it's crazy. It's not like a responsibility. Like all these things you gotta know just so you're not getting scammed out. It's just so you're not getting scammed out of life, you know. And and being that when I was young, it's crazy. It was like fuck the laws and fuck the law in general, and the more I'm just kind of like not accepting, but but connecting with what's here, and what's in this dimension, what's being created in this dimension. I i come to realize that there's a reason that we there's a reason why these laws are made, and 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 those laws, within those laws, it's just like again, like dimensions. There's different worlds within those laws, and it's there's always a way to just solve the problem. Never never just add to the problem. There's always a way. So I feel like these laws that are made, and a lot of these good conversations that I've been hearing about how like the Declaration of Independence, it's like it's crazy. Like it's like it's a scripture of 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 not like what's our rights as humans, but I think it's just like the hey, like this keeps you from not dying. So just it keeps you from just staying out of the way. But why we gotta stay out of the way? Well, why are you in the way in the first? Like why? It's my fat kid low in the back. So that's just my thing, man. I think it's not following the laws. Just know the laws, and just like how some people know the Bible, and supposedly you'll be guided your whole life. So to me, it's just everyone just needs to like chill out, smoke some weed, and yeah, smoke some weed, and listen to the podcast, man. That's all you got to do, man. I moved the mic for a bit because I was trying to see the different ways of sound, but I really just like this way. um Yeah, it sounds way better. But yeah, man, just smoke some weed, man. And even if you don't want to smoke weed, eat an edible. You don't want to eat an edible, glass of wine. I don't know. Definitely don't drink. Don't drink. This guy is crying. Come here. So check this out, guys. This is my dog. We'll get him up here. Y'all get up here, bro. Let's get Kilo up in the mix. So this is Kilo. This is Kilo, guys. Oh, I don't want to drop him on the live camera. Ugh. So this is my guy right here. I've had him. He's been in the family for 2 years now, I believe. This is our third summer. Is it our third summer? Could I feel like this dude is like seriously camera shy because like he's smart. Like when I'm it's just weird. Like if I'm pointing the camera on him, he just kind of looks away, and then whenever I move to the side, he'll look the other way. And then if I get to the front of him, he'll turn around. So it's weird. And some dogs like the camera, but he doesn't. But he's so beautiful. Take a look at him. He's white. He has spots all over his head. Um but they're like fading, like they fade into his body. Um as you can see on the screen, he's on the other side. He he gives fist pumps, he gives high fives. He doesn't ride a skateboard, not yet at least. There's a kid in the neighborhood that rides a skateboard, and he's always looking at it like, hmm, something about those wheels and that deck. um, but yeah, man, we're just about getting started in the summer. I mean, we're in our last days of May, entering into June, and the year's 2020. It's pretty futuristic. Sounds futuristic, 2020. Like to me, like those features are like 2020 or like 2222, 2032. But I'm loving the weather, man, over here. It's especially it does feel different. Like the air, it feels nice just to be outside. Like you you're just like straight like the air you want to you just want to eat it. No, no, no. It's It's like, one of my cousins used to say, like, the polar shifts are shifting. We're entering into different dimensions. Funny guy. I don't think he's right, though. I don't know if it's like that. I gotta do more looking into, like, that stuff, man, because those are just things that I, would really like to, I guess, get into conversations with people on like some live chats. I think that's the first time we hit it all day throughout the podcast. But yeah, I would just like to get people like on the live chat that have like information, to like share with me, because you know everything right now that's just it's at this point just mainstream. People are just covering and doing another cover on that and then doing another cover on that. So there's times where I try to type in like random secret footage, and I'll just watch it whether it's fake or not. If it's not authentic, whatever. But it's just the idea of just like watching stuff and practicing your eyes to know what's authentic and what isn't. So that's just like another thing to do. Just kind of give it the time, like sit there. You don't got to watch a whole video, but just like sit there and watch it and just acknowledge that well, you'll know when something's iffy and when something isn't. So that's just like, I guess one of my tips for today. But yeah, thanks for tuning in and touch back base with y'all next time, man. Thank you. Peace.